you're good this way. And I'm recording, so just whenever you want.
Okay. What we're doing now is we're just going for a little ride so you can see everything works appropriately and as it should. Car's totally noise and rattle free. I've really been surprised at the build quality on this thing. It's been exceedingly high. It's probably a little difficult to tell from the pictures, but the interior is just absolutely unmarked. It has, of course, leather seating, and it has the sport steering wheel with the controls, and it has I don't remember what they call this. That's a special, some type of special wood. It's no charge, but you have to ask for it. Of course, it's got not only Burmeister sound, but it has the upgrade Burmeister sound, which is another $5,300 option. Is it good? Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't know if it's worth $5,300, but it has it. I've also got a direct wire installed here for my Valentine, which I happen to like. Others may prefer something else, but it's untouched in the center console area and everything. Some of you don't know also that this car, and I'll try to change it when we stop, but that these cars have the ability to change the instrument cluster function from this single dial here with the tachometer built in to 2 dials or 3, which is even sportier than this. But I'll show you that when we stop. This ride quality is probably firmer than stock, and this road is not exactly the newest, smoothest in our community. It's about 50 years old, but it's where I live, so that's where we're filming.
So what have you done to the suspension?
You don't have to do much of anything. Most all of it is the better quality versions, and particularly the USA versions, come with adjustable ABC. And in addition to that, I've put on the Rentec suspension box, which allows you to use the ride height adjustment from your knob right here. You don't have to stop or any of those sort of things. It will give you super fine tuning on the suspension, whether you want to raise it up or put it down.
So what did that cost?
$2,300 and change uninstalled. The car also has a Rentec modified flip-on, flip-off ECU, which is great. It's got a little micro switch on it, and if you had to carry it into the dealer for some sort of warranty issue or emissions-related issue, you just flip the switch, puts it right back to stock. There are lots of companies that are doing tuning for this motor, and I know that Rentec is not the cheapest one, but the driving quality is so good. They make great power, real smooth, and I have achieved almost 30 miles to the gallon with this car at 80 miles an hour and the air conditioner.
So I know it's riding on Michelin tires. What size and what type of tire?
Let's see. They're Pilot 4S's, and the fronts are 8.5, 20. The rears are 10.5, 20. I keep it aligned very regularly, so there's no undue tire wear. I don't ride it in the lowest position, but I don't ride it in the highest. That looks good, but doesn't look ridiculous. It looks cool if you want to park it, I guess. You can pull up to your meet on the weekend and get it as low as you'd like to. but the ride quality when you get it down there is really rough, unless you have a super, glass smooth highway. Then it works just great.
We live in Georgia. We don't have any of those.
That's correct. Yeah, you're right about that.
So how long have you had this car?
I've had this car almost 2 years, and I tell you, an interesting perspective on this car. When I bought it, I sold a W212 E63 that I had, and I had just sold my W213 E63 station wagon, both of which were terrific cars. I didn't really expect to like this car that much, but I really like the size, I like the performance, I like the looks. People still stop me at the gas station and ask me what it is, or they know something special about it, but they're unsure what. Makes a nice sound. And plenty of power. Plenty.
For those who can't tell, that was 65 miles an hour before you let off.
In a heartbeat, yeah. It does, of course, have the 9-speed transmission, which some people think is overkill, but it's a gas mileage world we live in, so there you go. A few other little things that you'll be able to see in the pictures, but it's been clear brought on the nose, the mirrors, the lower front apron, the kick panels in the rear and sides. It's also been ceramic coated by one of Atlanta's best, if not the best. It's just got all the goodies that will save you a lot of time and money that you don't have to do. Can you buy one of these cheaper? Sure you can, but it won't have anywhere near this level of performance. It also has great miles, 34,000. I've neglected to mention also that it has the LED lighting package, which, if you have not driven a car with that, is fantastic. I mean, that is basically mobile sunlight is what that is. I could not believe not only how great the dispersion was, but the whiteness of the light was just tremendous. Anything else that I'm missing? These are all your manual controls for shifting the suspension, the gearbox. The electronics work great, and this is a NFC charger for your phone. Even the drink holders work, which I hate to say that, but it's true. It has not only hot seats but cool seats as well, and memory, of course. It's got panoramic roof, which is an expensive option, and very nice on a warm or cool day.
So show me the dash changes.
Let's see here. Let's first go to home. Okay. Then we go to designs. Press. And there are the 3 designs over here to your left. There's sport, which is a speedometer, and then primary. This is primarily a gas mileage function.
Right.
But it took me a while to figure this out. What this basically means is that depending on how heavy your foot is, the regeneration will give you more fuel economy than you think you have.
Right.
Here's a second one, which is classic.
Okay.
And here is the third one, which is progressive. That's what we were on.
Gotcha. Now my camera is picking up LED of something like blue coming off the bottom of the top part of the dash.
Yes, this car you can change the colors on.
Okay. Yeah, so I see it's purple down here.
That's really blue, but it's blue against brown, so it looks a little bit purple. But yes, you can go to that menu.
Okay.
And in the interest of time, I won't do it, but you can change all those colors, which is kind of neat if you get tired of it. And you see it covers these surrounds on the tweeters too.
Right. Okay.
By the way, this car has the nifty spinning tweeters. You know, when you turn it on, that's always catches everybody's attention.
All right.
But she is a terrific car, and it also has a rear shade. And in addition to the Rentec box, it has the ability to raise and lower it over here from the factory. That way, if you catch a curb, for example, and you're a little worried about chewing up your front end, you'll see it will go to vehicle rising or vehicle lowering. Like these. There you go. Heat and air's terrific. Heated seats are also the same way. I don't know that Rentec turns it off, but this car does not have a shut off at idle, which I prefer. Most enthusiast guys.
Oh, as opposed to the start stop?
Correct.
Yeah,
which is horrible. But it's a terrific car, and I appreciate you taking a look at it. I really hate to move it along, and the thing is, again, I don't know that I can duplicate this car, especially with all the goodies, for this kind of money. That's what worries me about selling it, but I have to do what I have to do. Stick with me just 1 second. I'm gonna go down here and pull out and hit the throttle one more time so you can hear it run. Some people say, "Oh man, I wouldn't have one if I didn't have a 63. Methinks you should drive this a little bit before you make that kind of decision. It's very cheap to operate, very cheap to service, sounds good, gets great fuel economy too.
And the Rentec box for the engine adds how much?
Another $2,300 and change.
How about horsepower?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about dollars. Well, they claim about 40 horsepower, which would make somewhere around 450.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to turn your nose up at 450 horsepower.
Well, I'm not sure exactly where you're going to use it, frankly.
I know that.
Just 1 second here, and we'll give you a quick turn. I'm going to leave it right here this time in automatic and let it shift for you, okay? Then I'll shift it myself. Also has super good brakes.
And that was 0 to 70 and back down to 45.